Hey everyone, it's been a while, but welcome back to my channel. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but life has just been lifing, and now I'm back. I'm ready to tap in and share the learnings I've learned, because really growth is going through the motion and learning in real time, learning in the present moment. I mean, we can read every book, we can watch every documentary, but at the end of the day, it's like being in the situation is what allows you to level up and understand if you've grown or not. Because if the same shit is happening and you're reacting the same way, you haven't grown, right? So that's where I'm at right now. I'm learning and I'm growing, but I'm getting ready to go out. A little cute girls camping day, more like glamping, but let's talk. So, yeah. So, today we're going to talk about self-love and what that means. Like, I'm someone who everyone knows I love pampering myself. And that is self-love, don't get me wrong. But the real self-love is how you treat yourself, giving yourself grace. It's the discipline that you give yourself. It's the risks you take. And it's really trusting, trusting the unseen. Okay, so get ready with me while we talk about self-love. All right, so I already prepped my skin, as you can see. I love to use Nivea skincare. I'm just like my favorite skin cream. And then let's put on some primer. I put it directly on my face, just a little bit. I rub it in with my hands. But yeah, so what is self-love? I know for me, like I said, I love getting my nails done. You're never really gonna find me without my nails done and like my hair done, all of those exterior things. But like that is just the surface level. That's giving your human self self-love, But what about your spiritual self? And that's the self-love we're gonna talk about today. Okay, so now my skin is prepped. Like I am not a makeup artist. I'm telling you this from now, right? I don't plan to be. I'm a content creator. I'm a divine feminine coach. That's what I am. And I'm not going to say aspire to be, because that's the whole point about self-love, is showing up as that person today. And when things don't look like they should, is really giving yourself that love and that pep talk and those conversations in the mirror to remember who the fuck you are. Because let me tell you, life is lifing right now for me. So much has changed. And I really feel like God, my higher self, is pulling these things away from me, and really rejigging my life in a way that feels hard. But at the same time, it feels like I'm really being divinely guided and protected. And I'm not really like listening to the nudges as much as I should. And I'm going to moving forward, because I know that I'm meant to be on YouTube. I know that I'm meant to be a content creator. I know I'm meant to remind people of their worth and value. And I can only do that by knowing my worth and value. And that's really betting on myself. And the days that I feel like, I don't want to do this, maybe I shouldn't be a YouTuber, maybe it's going to be hard, maybe I can't monetize this shit. Like, trust yourself and know that no matter what you do, it's going to be successful, because it's not about the money. It's the energy behind it. It's the feeling whole and complete. It's knowing that you're abundant no matter what. And I really, really, really need to practice what I preach, because this is where I'm meant to be. And I'm happy you guys are here for this journey with me. Okay, so let's start with some foundation. Like the foundation I use, and I swear by, I've had it for like maybe 10 years now. Let me put that on mute. That's also self-love. Putting your stuff on do not disturb while you're pouring into yourself, right? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so my favorite foundation, Estee Lauder Double Wear. I will swear by this until the day I die. Like, Such a good foundation. And right now I'm a little tanned and it still blends well with my contour and stuff, as you'll see. Okay, so let's talk about self-love and what that means. So another thing, and something I learned recently, is really trusting yourself. And that's really honing in and leaning on your divine feminine energy. Because honestly, we always know when something is wrong, right? What direction to take, who to talk to, who not to talk to, if someone's lying to you. Like your intuition, that is your feminine energy, and like trusting it. We're so quick to like ask other people their opinion or like feel some type of vibe and not trust it. You know, I was recently in a situation where like I knew from jump early on, early on in the situation, oh, there's something stuck in my eye. Okay, there we go. I knew from early on that something wasn't right, but because I wasn't loving myself, I wanted to be loved or accepted or just fall into the good feelings that it was. I didn't listen to myself. And like my higher self was literally like, hey, listen, like you know what it is. But for some reason I was like, it's like that meme where it's like, God, show me a sign this man isn't for me. And then like there's an earthquake, car crash, all the things happen. You're like, show me another sign. Like, you know, that was me 100%. And like, I know I'm an intuitive. People come to me for readings all the time. So the fact that I'm not like trusting myself, but other people trust me is crazy, you know? And when I think about that, that's just not loving myself, you know? Because whatever the situation was, like, you know, it felt good and feeling good in the moment, you know? And that's where sometimes I get trapped in that because I'm like, okay, yeah, live in the present moment. But like, even in that present moment, are you choosing yourself? It can't just be vibes, you know? You have to really choose yourself in every moment. And that includes the moments where it may feel good, but you know it's not right, you know? Yeah, I know, it's a little crazy, but I promise you, once you blend it in, it will be better. So yeah, so I would say number one is really trusting yourself and like believing your intuition and tapping into that. And you can only really tap into your intuition when you're still and like when you just trust yourself. I know a lot of us, and this is me included, like we think that when we think something negative or something's not right, we're like, oh, it's just my wounds, you know, it's my insecurities. And sometimes it is, but you have to be realistic about what it is. If you just think, okay, my man's cheating on me and there's no reason for that, you're not feeling it in your gut, like you know when it's your intuition. Do you know what I mean? Or like the job is not for me, or this friend is a little shady. Like you know, you always know. And you have to differentiate between your insecurity and your highest self, you know, your intuition. Okay, so let me blend this in because I know I look crazy right now. And yeah, let's do that. Actually, before I blend it in, let me do some concealing. So I also swear by Estee Lauder concealer. And then obviously Amaya, that YouTuber, TikToker, she recommended Hourglass, which is great. There's obviously a lash in my eye again. Oh, which is great, but they sold out, right? And I was like, I need to try this. So I got a color that's too light for me, and I'll try to incorporate it because it is a really nice creamy texture. It's just not my shade. So especially in the summer, I can't be doing that. In the winter, I can probably get away with it, but no. Okay, so the next thing is really taking risks and betting on yourself. That is self-love. If there's a business idea you have, even if it's as small as like, let me reframe that. There's no idea that it's small. You know, like I was about to say, even if it's a small idea like baking gingerbread cookies, that could be a multi-million-dollar business. Do you know what I mean? So there's never an idea that is small. But sometimes we think that. We're like, oh, it's a little small, but no. Like, you know, Crumble Cookie at one point was a small little business, an idea. And look where it is now, you know? So I think it's really betting on ourselves and believing our ideas are unique. And if somebody else is already doing that or in that lane, that's okay, you know? because there's room for everyone. And like you're in your own movie. You're the main character of your own movie. So there's never another person who's gonna one up you. Like there's literally no competition. Do you know what I mean? Okay, let's blend this in. But yeah, there's literally no competition. You are the main character of your movie. So if I decide, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start doing YouTube, I'm gonna start coaching in divine feminine energy and how to kind of tap into your femininity, like that's what I'm gonna do. And I know I'm great at it. Like sometimes there's a bit of fear, and like we're always gonna have fear. We live in this 3D world, you know? We're humans. There's always going to be a little bit of fear, but it's really pushing past it. When it feels scary and crazy, that's when you push past it. Like, you know, prove yourself right or prove yourself wrong if it's negative, prove yourself right if it's positive, you know? Okay, so when I said blending, I mean like putting some color on my face, because right now I get it. I look pale. But so I use this NYX, actually it's not NYX, it's Sephora's contour palette. I love a powder contour over cream. I used to use cream, and depending on, I guess, the occasion, I could use a cream and blend both, but I really like the easiness that the powder provides. You can layer it, you know? So, but yeah, so this is actually one of the t-shirts that I'm gonna be selling. It says, "It's never luck, it's God." Super excited to incorporate some of that merch in my business, because I kind of like, lucky girl syndrome is something I really loved, and I definitely hopped on that trend. But it's not luck. It's always God, you know? So you can obviously have that energy and the self-concept that you are the luckiest girl in the world, but it's because you're aligned with God. It's not because you're a lucky person. It's just because like that luck comes from your ability to tap into your God self, to tap into the self-love that God has for you, you know, that abundance, that unconditional love. That's luck, you know? And I find we don't have unconditional love for ourselves. We're so like quick to give other people, like whether it's a boyfriend, a kid, or whatever, like unconditional love, but we don't give ourselves unconditional love. And for sure, like I've been doing that for the last couple months, of like feeling sorry for myself. This like weird victim mentality that I've kind of like tapped into, which I don't love. That's not me at all. But just because of life and the circumstances, like I've been looking at myself like, am I the creator? Am I creating this? Is God guiding me? You know, what's going on right now in my life? And the answer is God is always guiding me, and I am in co-creation with God. So whatever the fuck I want to do is going to be successful. And sometimes what you think you want is not actually what's for your best and highest good. Like think of it like as a bird's eye view, you know? If my highest self is like, okay, you want to be a multi-millionaire and retire by 40, and this is what you want to do, this job you're trying to apply for and get is not in alignment with that. Keep doing your shit. And I'm there like, oh, I want this job so badly. Like, no, be the entrepreneur that you are. And if another job comes along that's in alignment with what you want, that has the perks, the flexibility, the creativity, and it works out with what you're doing currently, then yes. But until that happens, like be confident and love yourself and choose yourself and know that this is the best option. Whatever is happening right now is what it's supposed to be, you know? Even looking at myself right now, I'm like, yo, girl, I fucking love you. I love you. Because if you don't love yourself, who the fuck is gonna love you? You know? Okay, so I've contoured my face. You can see a bit more color. I should have added more lighting to this video, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna contour my nose now. So same palette, middle color. I just literally like, I take this and I line it and then I blend essentially. So it's not gonna stay that way. yeah, another way to show yourself self-love is to make sure you surround yourself around great people, you know, and not feel guilty about receiving love too. Like, the women in my life right now are so amazing, you know, like you can really tell who your tribe is when you're going through hard times. And like right now I'm going through, I don't even want to say it. Let me not affirm that. I'm not going through a hard time. Whatever's happening is happening. And it's been a difficult transition. Okay. But that being said, my girls, my friends, like they've been great at understanding that, great at pouring into me. And I think the old version of myself would have been a bit difficult to receive that, been difficult to feel like it's like a pity party or like I'm weak or like whatever the case may be. But like, no, these characters, these supporting roles in my life, I chose, you know, and it's important that you choose your tribe. It's important that everyone around you is in alignment with where you're going. And like, there's going to be family and friends that probably aren't. They're probably negative Nancy's or whatever. I'm not saying cut people off. I'm saying like, no, there's a time and a place for them. Because if I'm in a space where like I want to be uplifted or I'm feeling a little down or whatever the case, I'm not gonna go hang out with a friend that I know is gonna be like negative Nancy, like very closed-minded, very victim mentality. Like, but at the same time, like it's also having that grace and showing them love too. Because there's a reason they're that way. And everyone's mirroring you in some way too. So it's like, what do they need? What can you show them? What, because they're in that space that you might need as well. Maybe they just don't feel good. Buy them a coffee. You know, showing that love and gratitude and appreciation for people in your life, like always comes back to you. But yeah, so those are some important things to love yourself. And yeah, like, okay, I love glam. Okay, I'm back. Something happened with my phone. Yes, I'm recording on my phone. It's a quick thing. But I did my eyebrows off camera and I'm gonna bake. Okay, so my last point is discipline. That's the biggest, not biggest, but one of the biggest forms of self-love, because you can say all these things like betting on yourself, trusting yourself, you know, having these dreams and all that stuff, but like you can have these things and just do nothing with it. You know, like, trust me, I have the reason why my phone chipped out because it's out of storage, because I had to take so much content all the time and then do nothing with it. So the self-love is also, you know, doing the things you say you're going to do. Like that's trusting yourself too and loving yourself. Like you say you want to be a content creator, do the videos, edit the content, buy the editing software, $14 a month, whatever it is, do the work. Because we say all these things and we don't do what we're supposed to be doing. Like that's the thing that sets people apart, is those who work hard at it and like the discipline behind it, plus the intuition, the self-love, the other things. It's really a balance of divine feminine, divine masculine energy. And that's where sometimes, because I've really tapped out of being this boss bitch woman. I mean, I have 2 businesses, a pretty decent successful marketing career. And I've been in my masculine energy my whole life, you know? And I'm really learning to take this time to tap into my feminine energy and align with the things I enjoy doing. But it doesn't mean you tap out completely and be in this soft life and do nothing. It's really taking those skills and applying them in a way where you're not doing it from lack. Where you're not doing it because you gotta get a bag, you gotta do this and do that, get rich or die trying. It's doing it because you love doing it. It's doing it because you're good at it. It's doing it because you enjoy it and it brings you self-love, you know? That's what the difference is. And you need to have a discipline to get into a routine to do that. Like routine, that's one of my weak points. But it's okay, we're learning, we're here now. And I'm really gonna try to do more content, more videos, and that's showing myself self-love, because I do wanna be here and I do wanna help. Okay, so it did it again. I figured out why, because I'm recording it in 4K. So it's taking up a lot of memory on my phone. Okay, final point, love yourself, affirm yourself every day. I have affirmation cards you can buy. The link will be below. And these are affirmation cards that help you align with your highest self. Do those things. Talk to yourself nicely in the mirror. Like, believe in yourself, set boundaries, create a routine, and bet on yourself. Because if you're not going to bet on yourself, who is? We all have all these like empty dreams and empty promises, but they're not from other people, they're from ourselves. So self-love is really tapping into that. Okay, so the final thing I'm going to do is, I swear by this. This is an OG MAC Golden Deposit Skin Finish, but I love it. I put it on here as a bronzer. I like being bronzed and dewy at all times. A little bit on my nose, here, sometimes the top of my lip. And then we're gonna go in with some setting spray. I didn't show you what I baked with, I'm sorry. All these technical difficulties, but it's okay, I'm learning. And that's the thing, that's self-love. Take risks, learn. The next time I do a video, it's gonna be bomb diggity bomb, you know? This is what I baked with. And when it comes to lips, like, I'm not like a big lippy girl. I love like a nude or like a clear gloss, but I'll go in with this OG Tiramisu by NYX. It's a butter gloss. It's a little bit. Yeah. And we're done. I'm gonna put on some jewelry, get ready for this camping, glamping girls night. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something here, and I hope you know that you're loved. See you soon.